Dr. Phil demolishes woke universities for doing Hamas's dirty work. College students all across America are holding pro-Palestinian rallies and protests. Not surprisingly, elite universities are the center of Hamas supporter activities. Things have gotten so bad that Dr. Phil dedicated an entire segment to slamming woke universities for sponsoring groups organizing these rallies.
Hamas invaders were not soldiers, they were assassins. The Hamas charter calls for the ultimate annihilation of all Israeli Jews, followed by the annihilation of Jews around the world. Sound familiar? Sadly, some people, including some right here in America, actually celebrated the slaughter and blamed those being murdered, raped, and kidnapped. Many of America's most respected elite universities are not only indulging but actually endorsing sanctioned student organizations holding celebrations for the murders. Harvard, Yale, Georgetown, UCLA, and Stanford are high-profile examples that should raise concern, if not outrage.
Instead of being appalled and demanding universities and colleges shut down these rallies celebrating the mass murder of Jews, so many Americans shrug and turn a blind eye. They chalk it up as kids being kids.
The leadership of these supposedly highly sophisticated schools are so busy virtue signaling and coddling students who think that words are violence, but violence, horrific, inhumane violence, is social justice, that they have forgotten it is their job to teach their students to think and to test reality. Instead of training tomorrow's leaders, they are profoundly demagnetizing our culture's moral compass among the college population.
Empathy and morality have been replaced by wokeness, and it will be the downfall of our society.
I know for sure that allowing the university-sanctioned organizations to celebrate the sadistic acts of terror without consequence confirms these enlightened woke universities are failing miserably in shaping, educating, maturing the minds of those students. It is the educator's job to teach critical thinking that will lead to rational response, a skill set in short supply in today's world.
Critical thinking is a thing of the past. It needs to make a comeback.
Perhaps such training on how to think would have led these students and their organizations to realize they are not actually supporting Palestinians and Gazans when they are supporting Hamas. Hamas are not even Palestinians. You cannot negotiate with people whose only acceptable outcome is to murder you and your entire race. Seriously, have some of these people gotten together and collectively lost their minds? We know right from wrong, and we must stand up for what we believe and know is right. We must call out these institutions. How is any of this acceptable to anyone? How is it not recognized as incredibly racist? How do elite educators not recognize this is a huge teachable moment in these students' journey? The heads of these schools need to simply say, on this campus, we don't celebrate racism, anti-Semitism, baby killing, and murdering. What they are doing instead is distancing themselves in hopes it blows over.
We're at a profound moment in history. We should be standing with the Jewish people and defending their right to exist. Did we learn nothing from the Holocaust and the millions of lives lost?